going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another tech gadget review, and today we're going to have a look at the WorldPenScan X from PenPower. Now yeah, I found this here on Kickstarter some months ago and I decided to get this. Now what can that thing do for you? So it's actually a portable scanner which works with a smartphone, tablet, computer. It works on Mac, Android, iOS, so actually on everything, even on Windows. And yeah, the cool thing is that it can also translate text, and you can scan numbers, you can scan barcodes, you can do a lot of stuff with that. And yeah, it's actually my first device like this here, and I thought those devices are not working really good, but actually I'm impressed because it's working as it should. Sometimes, yeah, the translated text is not too good, but you will see it anyway in this review. Now that little baby here retails for about $170 on Amazon.com. You can find the link down below in the description. And yeah, I got this because I'm traveling to China, as you may know. And yeah, I don't speak Chinese, and sometimes in a different country it's really hard to read the menu or something when you're in a restaurant. But also other things like tickets. And it's pretty cool because this works over Bluetooth, for instance, with your smartphone, so you just pack it out. Then you scan the text and you can translate it on the smartphone. So it works actually really good, and today I want to show you how that thing here performs and what you can do with it. As always, you can find a link to buy it if you're interested down below in the description. The only bad thing is that this thing here is quite expensive so far. So $170, but I have to say it's working really good so far. I didn't expect that it's working so good. And yeah, let's get directly started. Let's have a look at the package and all the features, and then let's do a little test of this little baby. Alright guys, so sorry for my voice. I feel a bit sick. I hope I won't get sick because I have to do a lot of reviews. But let's have a look at the WorldPenScan X. And here you can see it. So it's from PenPower, and I think it was on Kickstarter. I cannot remember anymore, but I think I saw this one on Kickstarter and then I saw it on Amazon. But yeah, that's the latest version of their pen. And there was also an old version. I think it was black, looked completely different. But yeah, that's the latest one currently. So let's have a look at the package. WorldPenScan X from PenPower. Let's turn it around. And you can see here it supports Bluetooth 4.0. That means you can connect it to every device wirelessly which supports Bluetooth. And it works on iOS, so on iPhones, iPads, it works on every Android device, it works on Mac, it works on Windows, so that's pretty cool. It's an all-in-one device, and usually you buy something from Apple totally overpriced and then it only works for iOS. That would be a piece of crap. But yeah, this thing here works really for everything. There's an app for Android, there's an app for iOS for that. Then it can recognize multiple languages and barcodes, and also bank fonts. That's a cool thing, and yeah, it's not only a text scanner, so it can do a lot of things. And I think I also saw an image function in the app. We'll check it out a bit later. Now it supports many languages, so all the languages you can see here, also check them out on Amazon. So we have here different forms of Chinese. You know, in China they speak many different forms of Chinese. So we have here traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, and we have, I'm not sure what traditional Chinese in Hong Kong. Yeah, probably they speak some different accent or what, I don't know. Really, it's my first time when I will travel to China, and actually for that I've got now the WorldPenScan X. Okay, yeah, it supports all the things. That's pretty cool. Then here we can see it can translate and edit in multiple applications. That's a really nice thing. I've tried it on the computer, like you open up Word or Excel or PowerPoint. It really doesn't matter because this thing then acts as an input device, just like a keyboard. And the driver basically translates the text you have scanned into some text input. And the cool thing is you just scan something and it gets directly sent to Word, and that means you can just scan sentences and they are then displayed in Word. Sometimes you have to edit the sentences because some things are not properly recognized, but yeah, we'll check this out on the computer then. So here the system requirements, actually you don't need to have a special PC or something, so just check this out. You just need to have a USB port or a Bluetooth dongle for Windows. I'm not sure if it works on Windows with a Bluetooth dongle, but yeah, on all the mobile devices, tablets, phones, it works over Bluetooth. Then here you can see Mac. I'm not familiar with Mac, so I don't know. And same goes for iPhone or iPad. So I don't use iPhones, iPads right now. I'm a strict anti-Apple user, so I can only test it for Android and Windows, and today we're going to do that. And inside of the package you should have the scanner, then a USB cable, the drivers and a user manual. Yeah, so that's basically it, and that little device here retails for $170 on Amazon, so actually quite expensive, but I was really surprised that it's working pretty good. So let's get directly started and let's check it out, guys. So here it is, guys, the WorldPenScan X, and at the first look it looks like such a medical device or something, but well, that's the whole portable scanner. Then let's have a look at all the accessories you will find inside of the box. First of all, a quick starter guide. So basically that explains very well how to use the device. It comes in English with a couple of pictures like how to scan correctly, which is really important. So you maybe have to practice this a little bit, but well, it explains everything really good. So it's actually easy to use. You install the software on your smartphone or tablet, you install the software on your computer, and there you go, just connect it and you can start using it. Also inside of the box you will find a DVD. So here we have the WorldPenScan driver and software DVD. You just install that on your Mac or on your computer and then you can start using it. Also included a micro USB charging cable. Now this device here comes with an integrated battery. That means you have to recharge it from time to time, so it lasts for a couple of hours. It really depends on how many things you scan. And you can also use that without the battery on the computer. So with that I mean you just connect it to the computer and then you don't have to charge it, because it transfers the data over USB and not Bluetooth. I'm not sure if it works with a Bluetooth dongle on the computer, but yeah, maybe it works. I don't have one Bluetooth dongle here, but I will check it out for you and post it in the description. Okay, yeah, so that's the whole thing, and now I would say let's get directly started and let's check it out. So this is how the device looks like. We have here a power button with an LED in there, so it lights up green right now, that means it's on. Then here we have a button, that means if you've finished scanning you just press it and then it sends the data to your phone, tablet or whatever. Here we have such a rubber grip and then it feels pretty good to hold it. The cap comes off a little bit hard. Let's do it. Or maybe I did put it wrong on the stick. Okay, so it's now off. It's a plastic cap to protect the scanner, and we can just check out the scanner here. Now you can see we have here something which looks like a very small scanner, so like the size is something like a USB connector. And here we have such a wheel, and that's not only a wheel, that's also a button. So if you press it, then the scanner starts scanning. That means if you start to scan something, so let's try it, then you just put it on the paper, you press a little bit on the paper, then yeah, the wheel just closes the contact, and then you can start scanning. And once you're finished, you just hit that button here, and it sends all the data to the smartphone. Okay, so there's an LED which basically indicates if it's connected. When it's blue, when it's red, then yeah, the angle is wrong, so you don't scan correctly, and it shows you basically how to use it and if it's connected. Right now we're not connected to the smartphone because we'll do it together. Then let's turn this device here around. Here you can see a sticker with FCC ID, it also got CE and a serial number. And here we have a micro USB port to recharge it. I'm not really sure what's that. It looks to me like a microphone or something, but I didn't see any microphone function. But maybe we'll check it out on the smartphone, but not really sure what that is. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole device. It's actually small and handy. It's just as high as that smartphone here, like a 5.5-inch smartphone. And now I would say let's check out the features of it and let's try to connect it to my Elephone P7000. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here in the WorldPenScan application, and yeah, that's the application you need to use the WorldPenScan X. I'm currently using here my Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge because for some reason the pen is not working on my Elephone P7000, but this has nothing to do with the pen, so the Elephone P7000 is currently very buggy. But let's have a look at the application. So WorldPenScan here, you can download it from the Google Play Store. You will see some Chinese signs, but don't be afraid, it's the official app. And yeah, probably developed in China, so that's why it looks like this. But the app here comes full in English. It's maybe possible to change the language. We'll now check it out. And the first thing you have to do is you have to connect to your WorldPenScan. Now you do it like this. You just switch on here Bluetooth. So you have here a Bluetooth switch. You make sure it's on and you make sure that the pen is on. So there's a green light in the power button. Make sure it's on and then it connects automatically. You don't have to pair it with the device. So on some devices you'll probably get a passcode, but here it just went automatically. I just switched on Bluetooth and it did connect to the WorldPenScan within about 10 seconds. So very easy to use. Then here in the left bottom corner you can see the battery level of the scan, and I just left it on now for 2 hours, so I went out to the gym, forgot to turn it off, and yeah, you can see it's almost full, and that's a good thing. And well, we have here in the app dictionary, translation, and raw data input. Then here we have a menu, so let's check that out maybe. So here you can find bookmark, history, you can voice record. We have here different settings, help and about. So help and about, yeah, that should be clear, but let's check out the settings. Here you can see the WorldPenScan details, like the Mac and everything. You can choose a different translator if I'm right, yes. You can use the Google Online Translator and the Baidu Online Translator. So the second one is more used in China, I think. So here in Europe we use the Google Online Translator. But yeah, you can change it if you want to. You can choose the image quality. Now we have here fair quality 300 dpi, which should be enough for text, but you can also set it to 600 dpi. So yeah, let's just switch to check it out. Then what we have here, handiness, so what the hell? Oh, okay, if you right-handed, then you will probably go left to right. You can see that, left hand, and yeah, you can switch that if you want to. That's a pretty cool thing, so yeah, I'm right-handed. Pronounce after scanning, yeah, we'll just keep that on. Autosave, no. And recognize Chinese, Hong Kong characters. Well, if you want to translate Chinese, you should probably switch that to on. But no, we're not going to do Chinese, we're doing German because I can speak German, and that's the best thing to check if it's really working. Then here, restore, so yeah, if it hangs up or something, or if the settings are just fucked up, then you can restore it here. Then button action, tap to download voice data. You can download different voices. So I've seen that you can download the Samsung voice from America or something. So that's a nice lady, sounds really sexy as fuck. Hopefully in real life she's also sexy, but well, sounds pretty good. So you can download that from the Google Play Store if you want to. Then start the dictionaries management. I'm not sure what that is, and also, well, I've never used that. So here you can send feedback about the pen and yeah, more about the application. But basically the most important thing is left and right-handed and the resolution, which is currently on 600 dots per inch. Alright guys, then here we also have voice record. Okay, I guess that's a microphone because we have here voice record, so let me try that. Let's try it. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think that seems to work, but we'll later try it. Okay, so now I found out what that thing here is. I hope I'm really right, but let's go back guys. And you can also save that record. And yeah, let's check out the rest here. We have a history. So basically what you have scanned probably on your documents. And here we have bookmarks. So you can also do bookmarks in that application. Okay, so that was a quick overview over the application. I'm now using it for 1 day and I've just used the normal features like data input, which is pretty cool if you just want to scan a couple of sentences or a paragraph. Then the translation from German to English, but we can also try something different, like from English to German or some other languages. And here we have the dictionary, which I've also used a little bit, which is very handy because you don't have to open up leo.org, which I use very often, or some other things, and this here is very fast. Okay guys, then I would say let's just go and let's do a quick test with the WorldPenScan X. Now let me quickly show you how it feels and looks to scan something, because maybe you have to practice that for something like 5 minutes, but it's actually quite easy. So not too fast and not too slow, speed is actually important, and you should align the text here with that arrow. And yeah, just make sure that the middle of the text actually aligns here with the peak of the arrow. Then it should be perfectly fine. And we can just try this here with text and image mode. And actually that scanner here, it tells you if you scan correctly or not. If we would want to scan here like this, you can see the LED is red and tells us, hey, that doesn't work. So you have to align it also correctly and plain with the paper. Let's try it with that text image, and you can see there's a green light, which actually means it's scanning. We can just try it once again. Hope you can see the green light here. And yeah, you're scanning that. It's a bit hard to do it in front of the camera, but it's now sending that text here to the smartphone. And this is how it looks like. And you can actually scan pretty fast like this. So I think that's the maximum speed it can scan. And you see, you can scan, for instance, one of those sites here within 1 minute. So it's actually also quite fast. But let's have a look at the results on the smartphone. So let's check out what we can scan, how fast we can scan it, and also how the quality on the phone looks like. So let's go and let's scan some text here from that quick starter guide. And yeah, that's just now raw input. And there we go. Here we have installation, scanned. Let's see what it says here. Installation, so that's pretty good. The next thing here is iOS version. What do we have here? iOS version. That's really nice. Then let's scan some text here. So here we have normal text with a number. Let's see if I can do it with the correct speed. So that was a full sentence. So just wait till you press the button. And it says here, insert the WorldPenScan installation CD into your CD-ROM drive. Okay, I just missed the last letter, so this can happen. You have to practice that a little bit. It's not that easy to get the full sentence sometimes. Let's try another thing. Follow the installation process to install WorldPenScan. What do we have now on the smartphone? Follow the installation process to install WorldPenScan. Now yeah, the font here is really nice. Not sure, that's probably Times New Roman or something with font size 10. And it can scan that really good. But yeah, let's have a look at something different, maybe a different font, and let's see if it can scan that too, because that would be really interesting. But the raw input here looks super awesome. Let's now try to scan something on a box so we don't have a white background. Will that work too? Let's see. And we have here some very big letters. What do we get here? Oh yeah, some random crap. So it seems that it really only works if you have a white background, because you also see here that the black thing here is interrupting the font and it cannot recognize that. It's not possible. But for normal paper, like white paper, like not perfectly white paper, that should also be fine. But it should be some kind of white and not something like that, which is actually gray. Then it doesn't work. But let's have a look at something different. Here we have some English text from a user manual, from a power supply, and the font is very, very small. It's just like 4 pt, if I'm correct. So, well, it's very, very small. Let's try to scan that and let's see what's happening. So the first sentence here, let's see if I can get it. Okay, it's now sending it to the smartphone. Yeah, the first letter and the last letter, this is sometimes tricky. So you'll see by disposal, the D is missing. And the rest was actually okay. And we can also try to play back that. Let's see, let's hear how that sounds.
Disposal of waste equipment by users in private households in the...
That's not bad. I mean, yeah, that's the default voice, I think. But there are different voices you can download, and, well, everything was correct, and it's actually the same like here in the sentence. Let's just try it again, because this could also be luck. Here we have another sentence, and this is very small, and also you see that font here, very, very small. It's a bit hard to scan. But, well, let's try it, and there we go. Oh, I think I just fucked it up. Okay, let's see. This symbol on the product or on its package indicates that this product, hey, that's perfectly nice. So, you see, this is how I scanned. So then I went up and down. It's, yeah, sometimes a bit tricky. You can also choose here a different language, as you have seen. We have English, Spanish, French. So it's the best thing if you set it to the language you are scanning. And there we go. And yeah, let's try to play back that once again.
Disposal of waste equipment by users in private households, and with this symbol on the product or on its packaging indicates that this product...
That this product... Come on, read the rest too.
Disposal of waste equipment by
that was
users in
everything.
private households, and with this symbol on the product or on its packaging indicates that this product...
Okay, sorry, I thought it did just read half of the sentence because we have product and product. But you see, that works perfectly nice. You can use that with headphones, then nobody is thinking that you're a retard. But I think this here can be very useful if you're in a different country. You cannot speak the language, and yeah, or if you maybe just want to scan something in the library. But let's see, if we translate something from German to English, let's see if that is also correct, because I think it's using Google Translation, and we all know that crap is not too accurate. But let's try it out, guys. So I have here now some very basic text. It's actually a story for little kids, and well, the text stuff from Wikipedia about Android wasn't the best to feed the device with, because it's still using Google Translation, or in some other cases Baidu Translation, which is probably worse, but we'll now try it with some very basic text in German. It's like a story for little children. But yeah, let's see what we get here, and I will now try to scan it, and it's a bit difficult from this angle here, but I will try it now. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't scan too fast, otherwise it will miss some letters. But well, that was the first sentence. Let's send it to the phone. Okay, the next day, Lena considered very long if they again her new hat. Okay, the grammar is total crap. So in German it says here, on the next day, Lena just considered if she should wear her new hat once again. And here it says something like, what the hell, considered very long if they again her new hat. So, well, it's just like if you just take a text, put it into Google Translation, and the thing which comes out of Google Translation is just poop. It's really crap, and the grammar is crap. This is because it's not using some nice translation software, because there are really good translation softwares, which I've seen also on the computer. It's just Google Translation, and this could definitely be better. We could also try that with Baidu, and then we can see how this performs. But yeah, you understand the basic things, like the next day is the next day, then considered something about her hat. So you can understand it, but it's not that good. Well, let's try it again with some different text. So if you press here, then it clears that, and you can scan something else. Another sentence. This looks good. And hopefully that's not too fast. I will now just continue scanning for the full text. You see, after one sentence it just sends it then to the smartphone. Perfect in German, really almost perfect. I just missed the last letter, but this is really perfect German, what you can see here. So it scanned it really nice. Okay, let's read the English text. Very slowly they crept to the traffic light. Okay, that's actually good. But when she discovered her girlfriends, she could not believe her eyes. Doch als sie ihre Freundin entdeckte, yeah, that's good too. They all wore themselves, what the hell's crocheted, sorry, I'm not so good in English, hats on their hats. Oh, that's gehäkelte. Well, yes, the translation now wasn't too bad, but sometimes, it's just like you put it into Google Translation and the thing which is coming out is just crap. But sometimes the translation is not too bad, like this translation is very accurate. And so far, I really like that for translating text, so to understand the simple meaning, it's the grammar, okay, we can just talk ages regarding the grammar. The grammar is definitely not perfect, but to understand the basic content, it's definitely working, guys. But yeah, this thing is also quite expensive, so it should definitely do that. Then what you can also do, so if you scan something like raw input or translated thing, you can save it as a file, text, PDF, and you can even save and share this. Like you can send it over email, Skype, Facebook, yeah, there are many applications. And Bluetooth, Android Beams, or NFC, so well, you can use it with a lot of stuff. But, well, I'm not using that feature actually very often. But the raw data input is definitely something which is working very good. You have seen the German text, and this was just like here on the paper. So the raw input, nice. The translation, because it's using Google Translation, or yeah, we can also switch to Baidu, but this is probably not the best thing. Now I've scanned here for a couple of minutes, but actually I did some cuts, so I fucked up the recording. So, well, this was something like 20 minutes scanning, and yeah, you see we lost something like 20% of the battery. But yeah, let's just have a look at the dictionary, which is also really useful. Like, you can add here different dictionaries, as I have seen. We have here free dictionaries, but I think there are also paid dictionaries. So wow, so dictionaries with 25,000 entries, 37,000. Here we even have, okay, that's Chinese, well, that's very complicated. And pretty cool, so you can add here different dictionaries, and now you can translate stuff. So what you can do is, you can now scan something, like a simple word, and translate it with the help of the dictionary. Or I think it's probably also, you're also able to enter here the word and then translate it. So actually a pretty cool thing, but now I want to see if the translation, so the dictionary translation from German to English is working. So what I will do now is, we'll just do the same here with some words from that children's story. We are now going to check out dictionary translation. So this works different. It's just looking up the words in the dictionary. That means there is absolutely no grammar, but you could also just scan a whole sentence. And we'll just do that. So you can scan just words alone or a whole sentence. Let's try it with a whole sentence, because this is easier to scan than a word out of the sentence, because yeah, you really have to scan it from the beginning to the end, and this is not that easy if it's here somewhere in the sentence. But yeah, let's just see what we get. Let's take that word. So there we go. I think the last word was fucked up. Okay, that's good. That's the first word. Die, that's like the in English. Can we go to the next one? Not really sure. I think we can select it here. Yeah, drei, that's the number in German for 3, like in English. Here we have the next word.
Mädchen.
Mädchen, that's girl actually in English. That's correct.
Bekommen.
Yeah, received. That's also correct. And let's check out all the other words.
Große.
Große, that's big. And here we have,
Augen.
yeah, you see I scanned this here very bad, so I just went here down with the scanner, but Augen, that's eyes in English. So the dictionary translation is very good, but it translates only the words, like in this row, and not the whole sentence like Google Translation. So there's no grammar. You can just look up here some words, you can scan them, you can enter them here, but all in all, it's a very cool thing, and I like that feature. So before we come to the end of this review, I quickly want to show you how it looks on the computer. I have now here Word 2015, I think, or 2013 open, but well, it doesn't really matter, so it works with a lot of Word versions, and here the software. So this is how it looks on the computer. You can set here the language, so Deutsch is German, and we'll just keep it on German for now. Here we have different modes, text mode, image mode, here we have dictionary mode, and here the barcode scanner. But I want to show you now that it works just like a normal input in Word. So you just click in here like you would write a text, and now you're going to scan something. And really, this imports everything into Word, so this is a really cool thing. Let me quickly do that. So there we go. And we're now scanning the first sentence. I will now scan really fast because I just want to show you that's possible, that it imports all the text into Word. Okay, I fucked up the second sentence, as you can see, but the third one and the fourth one was pretty good. But, well, you can see that's working really cool. It's just like text input. But you really have to care how fast you scan, how accurate you scan, and it needs practice. I've now practiced for 1 day and I'm not that good, so you can see, yeah, I just cannot do that really good. So you have to be really accurate in one line, the speed has to be almost constant, otherwise sometimes, yeah, like here in the middle, some things are missing. But when you get the hang on it, then you can maybe do that pretty fast. But really, you can input text in almost every application because it just somehow emulates that as keyboard input. Really cool thing, and so far I like that feature. But well, that are basically all the features of that thing here, if I'm correct, but I will keep you updated because this is definitely a device I'm going to use in China, and maybe you will see that in my blog when I travel to China. But well, cool thing so far, and now let's come to my final conclusion about it. Oh yeah, we're now here at the end of this review, and I really enjoyed testing this one here. It's something different. Doing always smartphone reviews can get a little bit boring, but this is a cool gadget, even though it's a bit pricey with $170, but it can do a lot of things. The translation is not the best, but the raw text input is really good if you practice that. So we are still away from having a perfect device in my opinion, but it's very usable. And if it would just be a little bit cheaper, then it would be really cool. So $170 is actually quite expensive for a translation thing, even though it saves you some time, like if you want to just scan something from a book, if you want to translate something, like you just scan it and you don't go to a web page to the dictionary there. So there's an integrated dictionary and you can use that with that pen here. All in all, it's a cool thing. You did see how it works, so not too bad, but could definitely be better. All in all, cool things. Thanks to PenPower for sending me that one out. So actually I haven't bought it, but I just contacted them and they said, yeah, do you want to do a review? And I said, yes, so big thanks guys. But you see, my reviews are always honest. I did show you what's working good, what's not working good, and even though that device was free, I will never just say a wrong opinion on a device. All in all, it's usable, but it's still a bit away from being a perfect device. You have seen the flaws in the translations using Google Translation, so the grammar sometimes sucks, and also you have to practice a bit with the input. But a cool thing, battery lifetime is nice. It's a couple of hours, so well, you don't scan a couple of hours a day, so I think the battery lifetime doesn't really matter. And if you really use it very often, you probably have something like a micro USB cable to connect it to a computer because, if you use it on a computer, you just use it with the cable. If you want to check that thing here out, you can do it on Amazon. Link is down below in the description. Once again, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for showing your support. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. I really hope I see you again in my next video. So have a nice day and bye bye.